Hey everyone, it's Megan from Bookish Delights. And today's video is going to be my TBR jar, but there's going to be a little bit of a twist on it. And before I get into that, I just want to do a little channel update. And as you may have noticed, I did not upload on a Friday. I'm going to be rearranging my upload schedule because I did get some more hours with my work, so I don't have a lot of time during the day, during the weekdays, to film. I do have a bit of extra time on a Saturday because I'm only working 5 hours on a Saturday, so I do have a little bit of a leeway at the end of my workday to do filming. So yeah, I'm thinking either on a Sunday or a Monday I will upload. It really depends. This is like a trial and error for when I can film and upload. So I'm thinking, depending on if I'm going to be shifting around my hours, because this is the first week that I'm working with these hours. So like we're just trying to figure out what will be best for me and my nan, because I work in home care with her. So we're just trying to figure out what would be the best times for me to be over there with her. Just bear with me while I try to figure this out. So right now, filming on Saturdays, maybe upload on a Sunday or Monday, but Sundays will be editing days because that is my day off. So I have potentially the whole day to edit, and that's why I said maybe might be able to upload on a Sunday. Also not quite sure, and hopefully like throughout the week I might be able to do some sort of like reading vlog at some point and just do like a weekly vlog with little clips here and there, because like I said, I don't have a lot of time during the weekday to film anymore. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the TBR jar. And I used to do a TBR jar before where I listed off all of the book titles and pulled out so many to go along with the books that I'm already reading for that month. But I always found that I would stray away from those books. More of a mood reader, but I've been playing around a little bit with TBRs again because I have a lot of unread physical books, and I just want to lower that number down as much as I can throughout this year. Maybe buying not as many books to keep that number at bay or lower it. So what I did instead was I just did prompts instead of book titles, because I'm unhauling books, I'm bringing new books in, so it's hard to keep this updated. Some of the prompts are like my favorite color on the cover, the oldest book on my shelf, not necessarily the oldest published book I own, but the book that's been sitting on my shelf the longest, the most recent book I brought in, like the most recent book I bought. I have one that is a friend recommendation. I also have one that's author of color, just different prompts, diverse reads, hard hitting. So I will pick a total of 5 prompts. My dog is barking, so I will be back in a second. Without further ado, I am going to pick the prompts. I have rambled on quite a lot. I think there's a little over 50 prompts in here, and I do have some more prompts on my phone that I'm gonna write out, but I didn't have time to write them out yet because, like I said, limited time of filming. So the first prompt I have is a color. So this means that I have to go on Google and get a randomized color. If I only had my phone with me, so let me go grab that. Alright, so I went on randomcolor.com and I'm going to refresh it so you can see the color that pops up. So this is like a really bright green, though you can't see it. So I don't think I have a lot of bright green books. The one that I'm thinking of, I already unhauled. So, you know, that's no good to me, but I will grab a book. So I ended up picking Drowning is Inevitable, wow, by Jolanda Stanley. I'm so sorry if I am pronouncing any names wrong. I don't have a lot of green books, especially like lime green books. I might have a couple like deeper greens, but so far what I can see on my shelf, the green books I've already read, I mostly have like blues and purples and blacks, because that's usually what fantasy books will be. Anyways, this, I really like the cover. There's a lot of greens like down here, and this is like a really bright green. My camera isn't really picking up the colors too great, but you know, there is green on here, and it like continues onto the spine and into the back of it. And this is a library binding. I actually don't mind library bindings because the cover is pretty and I don't have to deal with a dust jacket. So I don't know a whole lot. I don't know anything about this book. I bought it ages ago because, you know, the cover was pretty. So, but there's like a little blurb on the back. So this says, there are some things you're not supposed to do, even for a best friend. How far can they go to save each other? Going about the cover, I was thinking contemporary, though it sounds more thriller-ish. Maybe it could be contemporary. Alright, so moving on. Gonna shake this up a little bit. Next, we have reread. So a reread. Let's see. So the book I'm going with is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I read this when I was a kid, and it's been a very long time since then, so I don't really remember much about it. So I would like to reread it and maybe annotate it. Probably get like a jar or something to be able, like a bigger dish, easily pick the prompts. So the oldest book on my shelf. So that means the book that's been on my shelf the longest. And I have no idea what that is. Okay, so the book that's been on my shelf the longest, I think it's The Book of Awesome by Neil. Not even going to attempt to pronounce the last name. When I was in high school, one of my English teachers, she had brought her copy of this book in, and then every class that we had with her, she would start the day off with reading a random passage from this book, and I fell in love with it. And I couldn't find the first one, but I did find The Book of Even More Awesome, and I really liked it. And then I finally got my hands on this book, and actually I did start reading it, but I didn't get too far into it. So yeah, it's about time that I picked this up again. I think this is 2 prompts together. Okay. I forgot to put this one in here. So this is a blindfold pick. That means I have to blindfold myself and pick a book. I will do that last because I will have to move the camera and, you know, maybe kind of clean this off because it's a little messy, and I'm sure you guys would like to see me attempt to do the blindfold so you can actually see me doing it. So I'm going to move on to the next prompt. Alright, so the next prompt is recently hauled, which is perfect because the most recent book that I brought into my collection, Good Wives by Louisa May Alcott, and this is the second book, Two Little Women. So this is perfect. Hopefully I can get the 2 of these done in February. I'm aiming for it. Yeah, I guess I will go ahead and do the blindfold. First I need to find a scarf. Okay, so it's hard to get out of my shelves in frame. Did I clean it up? No. So what I'm going to do, instead of me trying to haul the books off the shelf, I'll just like run my hand over, right, like I'll pick a random shelf like this, and then I'll just run my hand over the spines, and whatever one I stop at, that's the one I pick. And if it's, see, I have series up here, so if I like end up picking like a third book in the series that I haven't started, or I'm not on that yet, I'll just go to the book that I need to read in that series. So I'm just going to use my hat to blindfold me, taking my glasses off so I really can't see jack all. Ow. Let's go with this shelf. There are series on here. I don't know what I want to pick. I'm after just like recently reorganizing my shelves. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, I already read this book, so I'm gonna pick again. I don't own the second book to that series. I don't own Pudding or Puddin', so I'm not going to pick it. I will stay on this shelf. I think I'm on the right shelf. Oh God. The Summer I Turned, I can't see anything. So I ended up choosing The Summer I Turned Pretty. I had read the first chapter for like a maybe book on how try a chapter thing, and I wrote on the sticky tab that I was unsure if I wanted to continue reading it. So, well, here's my chance to reread it. I'm just gonna keep my head on for the rest of this video. So that is all the prompts. I will go over the books again to show you. So my stack of books, we have The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, I believe. I think something like kind of bad happens somewhere in that series. I'm not quite sure. Then we have The Book of Awesome by Neil. I don't want to pronounce their last name. The Summer I Turned Pretty was for a blindfold pick. This was for the oldest book that's been on my shelf. The Good Wives by Louisa May Alcott was for the recently hauled. Then we have Little Women, also by Louisa May Alcott, for a reread. And then this one was the Random Color Generator, and this is Drowning is Inevitable by Shalonda Stanley. Those are the books that I will be reading for February, on top of any of the books that I choose for Words and Whims. And all those prompts will go back into the jar for next month. So hopefully this will be like a monthly thing. And I think doing it only 5 prompts instead of like 15 books will help me with my TBR, so that way I still have the option to mood read any of the prompts for Words of Whimsy. Hopefully I can fit all of these into the prompts. If not, they can count for freebies. So hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon to receive any notifications for whenever I upload a new video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or video suggestions, leave them then into the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.